Hey, it was live from house on the motherfucking podcast. It's your boy, Lord 40 and 40 the Lord. Whichever you prefer, just use the fucking Lord, please.
And it be Scuba Steve.
Oh, he fucked up already.
God damn. Canaan.
Come on, Canaan.
Fucking with Canaan?
Fucking with Canaan.
Turned it off before we turned it on.
Turn what on?
The interface.
Yeah, I know I did.
Okay, I didn't know.
Because you couldn't. I armed them all, and I was
Yeah.
like, why the fuck aren't they spiking? And I was like, oh, interfaces.
Yeah.
What's the name of your podcast?
This is me.
This is
But
me.
we have a podcast, Thread the Spread, episode 1 out
Y'all
Now?
podcast is Thread the
Forever.
Spread.
now.
Your
think it's on
podcast is this is me.
This is me, and we have a
Yeah,
podcast.
we do one,
the
sports
Thread,
one, yeah.
Thread the Spread, yeah.
Why you ain't never sharing that shit on social media, sir?
Because he's slacking.
Because I am slacking.
God damn.
We've
I
probably
didn't
done.
even know
I'm
that.
telling you, we've probably done
10 episodes.
15.
Bro,
Don't
this
no,
nigga's terrible.
no.
I don't even ask him this shit.
We've done at least 15, bro.
Sound
You
like
guys-
One's gotten
But
out.
you guys, this is number 10.
Don't try to fucking
Oh, the big deca, bro.
It's like, well, damn.
How's it feel?
1-0.
It feels okay. It feels real good.
I don't
It feels
feel
real
it yet.
good.
I don't feel it yet. It's like somebody died. You know how somebody
He doesn't
died?
feel it
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he doesn't
yeah.
have social media
Till
people.
like after the funeral.
Until you're there, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, we did it.
Yo,
We got away with that murder.
get it. There's a body on my hands.
Yeah, but this is Canaan with my co-host, Canner Sheriff. And
What up? How'd it do?
And together
What did
we...
you say, Canaan Sheriff?
Canner.
Canner.
Canner?
Canner.
Canner?
Well, don't do that. It's too close to Ennis Canner.
Oh.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, yeah, fuck that
I'm
guy.
gonna call you. I already got my name for you. I'll call you Calm the Don.
Oh, of course.
Come
I'll
on.
take that any
Fucking
day.
Don.
So
The people's choice.
Why you give anyone else a cool nickname in the group like that?
Your name, you know what's crazy? Your name has just always been Canaan. No,
Just
no,
yeah.
Canaan has
I'll
never
call
had a
you what
nickname.
the Bible calls you. Canaanite. Canaanite.
Canaanite.
I like that. Like that.
Canaan or that motherfucker.
Just
There's this
pronounce
one-
it Canaan.
There's one kid named Keith fucking can never get my name and call me Kojak for mad long.
Just start calling you Kojak Soldier.
You know, but anyways, you know, this is
Word.
the Live from Housing podcast. We got
Yes,
about,
this
like,
is episode 10, so I
We
guess
got
it's...
about 3 podcasts worth of niggas up on this shit, but you know, this is Live from Housing today, and it's fucking 40 the Lord or Lord 40, whichever you
Nigga,
prefer.
why are
Just
you
use
doing the
fucking
introduction? We
Lord.
already did the introduction.
And it didn't come down the first time, did it? Did it work the first time?
Yeah.
He went to cut it,
I
but then
thought-
he didn't.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ah,
so
you
edit
can
this
cut it,
out.
motherfucker.
Edit this motherfucker.
Edit.
Edit.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I
Cut that
want to
shit.
know. I want to know. This Area 51 storm.
Yo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too. Yeah.
How do y'all? What's niggas say?
350,000?
Bro,
People
that-
stop
I
us.
dropped. Me and him already had the conversation. It's not gonna happen. Like unarmed citizens
First of all,
come into
First
a
of
fucking.
all,
I'm
that
just
shit's in
saying.
Nevada.
Shit, man, that many people?
how many things have you replied to on Facebook like, yeah, I'm gonna be there and never go?
Never showed up. Yeah.
You heard about that,
Bro,
That's a
but there
fact.
are crazy ass white
That shit's
people
a
out
meme
here
now,
that's
though.
really.
If they get 500 people to run down, at least 1,000 people to run down,
They'll
you
all
can't-
be dead.
I mean,
you're
my
right.
question was,
You think they're gonna kill 1,000
That's
people?
it, though. That's what I was saying.
what do you think
How
will
are they
be the
gonna kill all
results?
those
Let's
people?
say,
No
If they
way.
kill 1,000 people, you know that's gonna cause a revolution.
no, that's what you're saying.
You know
No,
that.
no.
'Cause then we're like,
no, it
what
won't.
are y'all
No, it
hiding?
won't
Exactly.
because the military, bro. That's why I was trying. You're trespassing on classified military property. It has signs. Even the
It's
signs.
not. They
It
don't
does
even
say
have.
if you
There's
cross,
no way
you will
they
be
You will
have.
get
shot.
shot. Even the Arsenal and Water of Elite says if you trespass, you will get shot.
Not, I think
Like-
it's like there's no way Area 51 has any more secret tech at it. Like there's no way for the
Oh, what?
last
No,
30,
that shit's
40
just
years.
the one. Nah, that's the one they
Yeah,
talk
if I was
about
niggas- if I
to
was
keep
like-
us
if I was like the dudes
distracted.
in Area 51,
They
I'm
made
like,
real
yo,
ones.
These dumb motherfuckers signed a petition on Facebook. I know what they about to do.
Fucking
They
Will
come,
Smith went
let's
to
get our
Area
shit up outta
51.
here, and then-
That
and
shit
we're
ain't
moving
secret
to
no
Exactly.
more.
They're already
55.
moving.
We're moving to Area 55.
Nah, first of
It's
all,
called Area 51 because it's fucking
But,
51
but
areas.
what about
It's a
all the
bunch of them
conspiracy theorists? You know what I'm saying? There's levels to Area 51. Y'all
That's-
just talking about the
that's what I'm saying.
surface
Don't
and
let
the
us see the
desert.
first floor.
There could be.
shit. Exactly.
This
They're gonna
nigga
close
was
the
not going to
elevator.
go to no Area
There's
51.
an Area 41. There's an
He went to
Area
Area
41.
51.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
not
They're
the
not
real
doing
one.
shit at Area 51.
Exactly.
It's too hot.
Exactly.
I mean,
People
hold
know
up.
about
so
it.
my whole
They moved
argument
on.
was,
Exactly.
what do you think the outcome would be if it was to happen?
Lots of
What-
people
Yo,
what
getting
would be
arrested.
the
fucking
outcome?
hilarious.
No,
Lots of
they're not
people-
arresting people. That's what, bro. They're
I just
killing
don't-
you.
Yo, if there
They're
was
gonna shoot
if there was
people.
a couple,
They
even a
can't do
couple
that.
thousand people, there's no way they're killing them all.
You can't kill.
That'd be a massacre.
That's what
That
I'm
would
saying.
literally
This
be a
is-
slaughter.
This is already.
They'd be like, why
It
don't you
wouldn't
just put a
cause no
tank in front of the
revolution.
door?
You keep saying revolution.
cause a
This-
revolution
That's
against
a
the
whole
government.
bunch of people being stupid going on a military base getting shot.
So you're
That's
telling
not a
me,
revolution.
So you're telling me right now that 1,000 people right now run into a military yard and they all deserve to get killed, and then nothing's gonna happen behind that? Nothing's gonna happen behind the military killing a bunch of people. American military killing American people.
Let's get 1,000 people
Bro,
to run in the arsenal.
Your
Let's
logic
find
is
out.
like me. The way you're making it seem like is like, yo, fuck my boss. I'm gonna go slap the shit out of her
I don't-
tomorrow morning.
I
And
will
expect
go
to
slap
have
the
my
shit
job
I will
tomorrow.
go slap the shit out of my boss tomorrow morning, but is she gonna fucking murder me? No. She
No.
gonna sue me.
You might all get arrested.
Bro,
For
murder
sure.
is the same thing as getting fired.
I just don't think they would kill 1,000.
Get out.
I don't think they'd kill 1,000 people, but I'm
Okay,
sure.
they probably-
But I'm sure when you're running up to the place and you see 4 or 5 people just like, and you fall to the ground.
Get the fuck out of
Fuck
here,
that
There's no
bro.
way. But you know what I mean? It would be bad if like the U.S. military just killed all 1,000 people. It's like, I'm sorry. He's like, God, they're strafing
How would it
people.
look?
That they're pulling out
Yeah,
the
yeah, that
photon
really-
blasters.
Think about this shit. though.
Frying
Think
people.
about this shit.
All the technology they
Kano,
probably
think
got.
about this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Real talk. U.S. military killing U.S. citizens.
No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be
be the
good.
first time.
It wouldn't be good. But
What is he
and-
talking about? I don't think this man knows what he's talking about.
I will
Talking
say-
about, I'm talking about
US
on camera
military
because
call-
you know motherfuckers is
Oh,
FaceTiming
live
and
streaming.
everything.
Live stream. That's what I was saying.
Everybody's live streaming. Motherfuckers is live streaming.
How they
on their
cutting out the
Instagram.
live streams.
So we running up on this shit in the field.
Everybody
and
gonna
then the
tell their
next thing you
mom.
know, motherfuckers is just dropping. You think that you don't
A
think
nigga
that
like me, I'm gonna be like,
happen?
that's what them stupid motherfuckers get because I told them not to do it.
I told him not to go.
What do you expect attacking a military base with guns?
They ain't attacking a military base. They're just running
If-
on
if-
the
if-
road.
Why?
It only
Bro,
took-
that's
That is
suicide.
You are murdering people
That's
for trespassing.
suicide. He doesn't
Murder for
understand the
trespassing?
logic.
I got arrested.
Well,
for
that's the whole
trespassing.
thing too, though.
40 is
It's,
the type of nigga that
murder-
go to a Crip neighborhood with a red bandana on his head. That's what he's saying. That's all that. That's the
No,
logic
that's
he's
not
saying.
that because it's
yes,
not,
it is.
No, it's not. That's going to a nigga hood that I got.
I don't
beef
know.
with.
They know
We're
it's
going
coming,
to-
though.
We're going.
Yeah, there's
to,
no-
You have beef with Area 51.
We're not going over there with guns. Because if I go to a Crip neighborhood with a
talking
red
about?
bandana on, I got.
We're just
some
all
type
kind of
weapon.
What are you
Naruto
talking
running
about?
our ass in there.
Yeah, we.
That's
everybody's like,
Shimmy them
everybody's going
shoulders.
like that, right? So you got everybody running in that
We
shit like
are
that, bro, and then people just get
fighting
shot. People just start getting shot down.
Fuck that. They just be shooting tear gas like.
Yeah,
There's no
Everybody's
way-
gonna be on the
For-
ground
I think they hit niggas
crying.
with rubber
40,
bullets.
I don't think
Oh,
you
yeah.
understand. Like, this is already slid across a general's desk and being like, there's about 400,000 people who signed
Oh,
up.
they got metal doors for sure, though.
Who signed a
Of course.
Facebook petition, and they're just like, all right, so on September 20th, we're just going to happen to have a training simulation round. Like, you know what I mean? We're just going to have a lot of people here.
personnel on base.
Get the fuck out of
I
here,
know how
bro.
it's gonna go. I could tell
It's
you.
not
I could tell you exactly how it's
possible.
gonna go. I know how it's gonna go.
I would pay to stand at the
This
gate.
nigga knows how storming Area 51 is
This-
gonna
this-
go.
this is how it's
Listen.
This is exactly how it's gonna go.
Okay, he knows.
It's gonna be
5-star 40,
a bunch
5-star
of-
general
a bunch of
40.
He's gonna be the one.
I'm telling you though. I'm telling
Let
you.
me tell you,
exactly
son.
how it's
Wakanda
gonna go.
forever.
I'm telling you exactly how it's gonna go. There's gonna be a million fucking people storming that shit, and not a fucking damn thing is
You
gonna
think
happen.
this is
You know
Infinity
why?
War?
You know why?
Why?
Because that shit is an underground base. They're gonna run on the underground. They're gonna run on top of the fucking land.
And get
run around the
murked.
desert. act
Landmines.
stupid.
All
But
of
you
that.
don't know that
All
the
of
fucking
that.
ground opens up
Oh, yeah.
underwater, all types of. Have you heard stories?
This
about
is
it?
coming
Oh,
from
yeah.
no. First of all,
Have
this
you
is
heard
coming from a nigga
Bob
that
Lazar?
believes in the
Have you
hollow
heard
earth.
fucking,
This nigga thinks the top of the
William
earth has a
Cooper?
fucking
Have you
crater
heard
in it.
stories from these motherfuckers?
Shut
I've
up,
heard,
Sean.
no, yeah, there's definitely crazy stuff.
Bill Cooper, bro. Stop. Don't front on Bill Cooper. You behold a pale white horse. Come on, bro. Don't do
No,
that. Don't do that.
I believe that it could be multi-level because people say that about
I mean,
the
come on,
CIA.
obviously it is.
People say that about Langley, Virginia.
Watch any movie. and
CIA
it's like
base, right?
Any,
They said
any
motherfucking-
military bases, everything's underground.
It's underground.
Of course.
Some of them is
Think
under
about
the
something
water.
listen,
that's not even military.
Even-
GE, Knowles Atomic, all that shit. They got a building above ground, and it's like, obviously this shit
Bro, whole
goes for
time?
miles underneath.
Even the plaza
Right.
has underground
Everything does.
Laboratories in the concourse.
Everything.
There's underground.
I think the brigade is gonna run up on Area 51, and they're not gonna find shit because everything is underground. I'm pretty sure.
They're gonna be like, "Yo, sorry,
underground.
elevators out of order."
If you listen to this guy's radio show, fucking Will Cooper, his radio show before he died, he was talking about Area 51.
Oh, and they
And
killed
he
his
was
ass.
saying that I don't want to believe but he was saying that the shit was coming out of the
YouTube
ground.
historian.
Like the ground would open up, the water would open up, and then fucking alien spacecrafts would fly out.
Yeah.
So,
Shut up.
And then you got Bob Lazar.
Son, if Batman can do it, why can't
I
the
don't
government?
look into the shit.
For one,
Motherfucker,
I stopped respecting your logic once you told me to look up Richard E. Byrd. Get this nigga the fuck out of here.
Bird ass nigga.
A hollow earth? Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Hey, man.
So you feel like it's a fucking indent on the top of the fucking earth? Shut up. Shut up.
I will
I was
say-
gonna call you. I was gonna call you and tell you how stupid you are. Shut up.
I just
Get this
wait.
nigga
How
the
is it?
fuck outta
How
here.
is it hollow?
Get him the
But
fuck out.
how is it?
History.
How is
He
it?
was the first person
How is
to
it hollow
explore
and
Antarctica.
flat?
He ain't explode on damn hollow earth.
How is it hollow and flat?
The fuck exactly.
we're not gonna-
Look at the interviews.
we
What
not-
does he say?
First of
what
all-
does he say? The bottom of the earth.
First of
How
all-
the fuck can you get to the
first
bottom
of
of
all-
something flat?
First of all, we're not gonna gang up on me. Stupid. We're not gonna do that.
Stupid.
Cause
Come on,
you
guys.
I'm dumb.
Let's keep
Now
it
I'm
civil.
dumb.
Dumb, a fucking racist.
He's mad. He's mad. He's mad.
I will say,
He's mad.
I don't
He's
know about the
mad.
flat Earth, but the hollow Earth, we never know.
Get
Everything
the
about
fuck
that,
outta here.
it's all theories.
I
We don't know
can-
what's
I can-
going on
we
down
don't know
there.
what's
We
under
never
If the
been.
earth isn't round, how can it have a fucking bottom? How can it have a
Oh,
bottom?
I'm not saying
We
that.
can't
How
put
can
all
how
of-
can
we
something
can't- we
flat
can't-
have a bottom?
Hey man, maybe this dimension ain't even real.
It ain't.
Hey,
We don't know.
The only thing I
So
can
y'all
say.
niggas just smoking weed and going day by day, bro.
No, I can understand the hollow Earth theory to a point because we can
No,
only
I can't
drill
understand
so
shit.
far down. Like
Right.
we can only have theories on
We
what's
only
in the
went
middle,
we only
and
went
we can
8 miles down.
For all we
Yeah,
know,
first we went
the
8
magma
miles.
that we think is the core could just be another layer. You know what I mean? Who knows what's
How
really
can
going on
anybody
in the
say that there's
middle?
magma in the
No,
bottom of the earth if we only drill down 8
because
miles?
he's
the
debunking
furthest.
everything Richard E. Byrd did. There's
Well,
come
volcanoes.
on, bro.
That's the only reason we know about magma and all that shit.
Did you listen to all of his interviews?
Yes.
Did you
listen
see
to-
how everybody from since the 40s debunked every fucking thing he said? Did you see that? His shit. Okay, so get him the.
I've seen
There's no
debunks-
hollow earth,
I've
bro.
seen debunks on
Get
it.
him the fuck out. It's
I've
not.
seen debunks
It's not
on it.
scientific. It's no fucking way. The Earth. It's just looking like a fucking bowl with oatmeal, like a half bowl. Just imagine
No.
a bowl of cereal,
No, I'm not
and
saying-
like that,
I'm
like
not
that.
saying
It's
he went
no
to the
fucking
hollow.
way,
I'm not
bro.
saying he went to the hollow. He probably went over the ice
Shut up,
cream.
Sean. Shut
All-
up,
all I
Sean.
know is
The ice cream. Oh man,
over the wall.
Over the wall and found some new
I
land
gotta say,
after the ice.
I don't understand the whole flat Earth thing, cause like
It can't be.
All right.
It's, come
they
on
had to
now.
prove that shit was
Stop, bro.
round.
Now listen,
You know what I mean? Everybody thought it was flat.
Or your
And
ice wall,
people
that Game of
died
Thrones shit,
trying
that
to
shit
prove
is
that
the
shit
Now
was
bomb.
round.
listen, it's a lot of shit though. It's a lot of tests though that proved we're not moving. Like the test that there was a test to prove that we're moving, we're traveling through space, right?
Uh-huh.
We tried to do that. We did a test for that, and it proved that we couldn't. It was a test that we did, the Michelson and Morley project. That's what it's called. Michelson and Morley. They did a test to test the ether in the sky to see if we were moving through space. We weren't. They couldn't get that. It was inconclusive. You understand what I'm saying?
I would say though,
Then you got
we're rotating through the universe though, because the position of stars and things like that are constantly shifting
But if
over
you're saying
time.
that, if you're saying that the
everything
positions
like that.
this is why I don't believe in half of that shit, because you're saying that the stars are rotating. What did you just say about stars? They're moving.
Not even that. It's
They're
more
shifting
our
ro-
position
our
in the
position, right?
universe as a whole. So like our solar system is just one part of the
Now, if we've
universe.
been moving
Our
for-
solar system shifts through the universe
Now-
just like we shift through our
Right.
solar system.
Now the solar system, the solar system is big as fuck, right? The universe
Oh.
is big as fuck. Now we've been
Beyond
traveling.
our-
You don't
beyond
believe in
our
outer
mind.
space?
Wait, though.
You don't believe in outer
Wait,
space?
motherfucker. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why, motherfucker. Now be quiet.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
nappy ass here. This is the
You
fucking reason
mad?
why.
You mad? The bitches love
Because
my hair,
we've
though.
been seeing the same star systems for fucking years.
You right.
Oh, yeah.
Years. We see Polaris at the same spot. We see the fucking Big Dipper in the same spot. We see all these
That's
fucking
not
star
though.
systems
It's not
in the
true
same
though.
spots.
It still rotates around us.
But if it rotates around us.
Yeah.
Around
That's what the
us.
fuck I'm saying. It rotates around
Bro,
us.
how
We don't
can-
rotate around it.
Sir.
We are the center of this shit.
Nah.
That's what I believe.
Sir, can I ask
What?
you a question?
What, sir?
How can you rotate? Look at that light bulb. Sir.
Even if we were the
Hold on,
center,
hold on,
why
hold
would
on,
we be
sir.
flat?
You're not doing this to me.
Yeah, you don't want
This
that,
is
right?
motherfucker. I hate
How
when people
fucking,
do, I
how
hate when people
fucking,
compare
it's
Flint's
common
light bulbs.
sense.
I hate motherfuckers.
Kanan, you're ignoring
compare
common sense. Look at that
cosmetology
damn light
to a
bulb.
fucking light bulb.
Look at that damn light bulb. Look at it. When you
can-
look up in the
Cosmos.
morning, when
I
you look
can-
up in the morning, ain't that like looking up at the sun? Look at it. Look at it. Just look at it. Look at it.
A little bit.
Yes.
I understand.
Come on, it's
I would
common
say
sense.
even the
I
sun though is not
It's
round.
common sense.
I understand
Most
the
things in the
hollow
universe,
stuff.
I think, are
I don't know
more
about that.
oval shaped.
Hold on.
Oval
It's just the
shape,
way we
but
perceive
it ain't
it.
flat. The Earth is not flat.
you hear
This
that?
nigga, he gotta relax. He gotta relax.
That's how you know he's tight.
My big
Gunshots,
thing behind-
gunshots in his word. He's like
What are you talking about?
Stephen on the Great Debaters. Your Honor.
Instead of objection, he'd just be like, bullshit.
Fuck yeah.
Listen, I ain't getting into it, but I'm not gonna argue
you don't
with
wanna
y'all
get
niggas
into
without
it?
D. Not without D,
Hey,
bro.
man.
'Cause
Oh, you
listen,
need D.
I need a
You need
motherfucker to
D.
be on my side. I need one person on my
Because you
fucking
sound
side.
dumb. Nah,
need
you
one
just
person on my fucking
understand. You
side.
sound dumb.
Steven,
The only
You're
way-
saying, hold on, look. Real observation.
what?
You're saying the Earth
Observation, buddy.
looks like that versus that. Look, no. Just understand
What?
the logic.
You niggas ain't even.
What?
You niggas
what-
ain't
what-
even getting
what-
into it as much as me though.
Whoa, and
Shut
this
up, shut up.
that's why-
Because the person you put me on, bullshit.
Who?
Richard E. Bird, I will go in on him.
It ain't have nothing to do with
And
the flat
his
Earth.
son.
It didn't have nothing
No,
to do with
he
the
didn't
flat
have it had to do with the hollow.
He was the
Earth.
first one. No, it didn't have nothing. That nigga just he was
Hollow.
the first one to.
It's hollow, bro.
No, he just discovered fucking Antarctica.
What
and,
the fuck is Hollow Earth? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've ever really heard this.
Hollow Earth. Okay.
There's holes.
No,
I mean, they got them
this
shit
is
in
what-
Russia.
This is what
Holes that
people
go
think-
deep into the Earth,
This is
but
the Earth.
That's where they built
This
the
is
8 Mile
Bro,
shit.
people think the Earth looks like this. It's a sphere up until right here. It just indents on the top for some fucking reason.
Nobody knows what the fucking Earth looked like.
True.
The
Fuck
fucking
outta here.
boy.
Shut
what's,
up.
What's the
Shut
black
up.
guy's name?
Shut
he
up.
just fucking said
Shut
the
up.
Earth was pear shaped.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Come on, yeah. Like, come
You
on.
believe the
bro.
Earth is a pear?
Do you a motherfucker? He's the nigga that's fucking telling everybody this shit.
gosh.
I mean,
Him and Bill
Oh
people
my
definitely
God.
been to space. They got
This
pictures.
motherfucker
pear?
said the pear shapedness. I never heard shapedness.
That's
in
not
my
even
life.
a
I wouldn't say
word.
pear,
Pear-shapedness.
but it's more of like an oval.
I just
not
don't.
a full oval, but it's
That's
not
just like
perfectly
telling us
It's a
round.
blade spear.
Yeah,
Blade spear.
exactly.
I
So
don't-
why does every picture that we have from fucking NASA a fucking complete marble?
Because
a
the
complete
lens,
circle.
lenses, things like that, and they're always gonna make it look nice. You know what I mean?
But it's CGI.
They want to clean it up for us.
It's CGI though.
Oh no,
It's a composite, like you said. We can't get all of one shirt and one Earth in one shot, right? We would have to send a satellite out into past
And this
our
nigga
orbit
believes
and point
this
back
nigga
it up.
believes there's no satellites
we was on
outside
the
the
moon.
Earth.
No,
hold up.
We
This
went to
nigga
the moon,
believes
we
there's
did
no
already.
satellites.
What?
Then we go to the moon
Oh,
and
there's-
take a picture of the moon.
No.
Yeah, but
we couldn't
we couldn't see the whole bottom, right? Because it's like we're on the dark. That was
Yeah, you
on
can
the
only
rotation.
see half of the Earth because of the
Do
light
you
of the
niggas actually
sun.
believe we went to the moon?
No.
in that bum-ass
Fuck that.
spaceship?
Oh,
Fuck that.
of course.
Fuck that.
What?
Bro.
You don't think they went to the moon?
Hell no.
You
Yo,
don't-
come
you don't
on,
believe
son.
in
How can you go
satellites?
back now then?
Bro, he
They don't need
believes.
to.
He
What you mean they
believes.
need to?
The fuck you
Yo,
need up
yo,
They
there?
didn't have the van.
Hold on,
They
these are-
didn't.
You're
can't
not
talk
mining
over
up
each
there.
other.
We don't have the technology to go up there, mine, do anything like that. So there's no point in going
what about
back.
the Van Allen?
They don't go back because
the
they
belt.
ain't supposed to.
The belt, the Van Allen belt.
What
How
about
did they
it?
make it there the first time? Now they can't get past the Van Allen belt.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just full of shit, man.
You
They
think
don't
so?
want to. They don't want to go back.
It's in between. It's in between this.
But the-
it's even.
I'm a big believer. There's some shit on the dark side of the moon. Like, who knows what's going on over there? You know what I mean?
It's either
That's
this.
what they
It's
went
either
up for.
We went to the moon, and we faked it. Like we didn't go. Like we gave them some whole bullshit.
I would
like,
say
story.
the reason you would fake it is because there's no way to get footage back from the moon. So you'd have to fake that you went there to make it seem like to prove that you did.
and you gotta-
you gotta lie to make it
you
real.
got- you gotta-
Stanley Kubrick already.
you gotta understand the
admitted
time
that
frame.
He filmed the
Yeah, but
whole
you gotta
fake
understand.
moon.
That's
you
what
gotta understand.
2001's all about.
You got to understand the dynamic
still
of
believes
it.
in the
Because
universe.
what happened? Where were we in that time? At that time period, we were in the Cold War,
I like where
facing
he's going with the Kubrick.
against Russia. Russia was putting out propaganda that they could get a man in space already, and they proved that was fake because one, the camera couldn't fit inside the space capsule with him, and there was two different light sources filming the Russian astronaut, so that was faked. So what does the America have to do to have confidence
all
in their
propaganda,
people?
baby.
They had to build propaganda, but there's no way that I feel like they faked the moon landing. Now there is a project $30 billion project to go back to the moon. It's already been funded. They're already building it. They have like a 2026 or 2028 launch date. Like, so we're going to go back. We already have a China rover on the dark side of the moon that they landed through the International Space Station. So these are all projects that are going on currently on the moon. So it's not like we can't get back there. It's just that it's a huge expense to get there, and we're paying through it through taxpayers' dollars, which is why one of the reasons why they hold on. This is why one of the this is one of the reasons that they're privatizing the space industry, right? Because we're taxpayers are paying for the exploration into space, which really is not that fair for the normal person.
It's just not feasible.
But this is what I'm saying. So we're evolving through technology. I don't think it would have been beneficial to us as a human race to then send another shitty rocket back to barely get back to do what up there.
Let me ask you a question.
I mean, they ran 13 missions.
Let me ask you a question about NASA, right? So we went to the moon once, right?
13 times.
13 times. Excuse me. Sorry, my bad. And then somebody crashed on the way back, right? So
It was a black
Apollo
person.
13.
Many times they say.
Okay, so listen.
Cover that all up too.
I mean, if you go into it, all the motherfuckers are still alive. If you
good amount of them, yeah.
a good amount of them are still alive. But all right, so we went to the moon, right? That was the greatest accomplishment of mankind, right?
Yeah.
At our time at that time. So we went to the moon. We came back. We don't have no technology from the ships that we used to get there, because the I forgot the astronaut's name. He said that we destroyed it. All the telemetry data, we destroyed it all, and we can't get that back. And we can't rebuild the spaceship that we used to go to the moon. Why can't we rebuild that?
What are they hiding? Is the real question.
One, I think
unless we went and they're hiding something.
What they find up there?
I have a question. When
I don't believe what they found, because I heard a whole bunch of shit. I heard that they found a whole spaceship up there. There's like a mountain of gold on the moon.
Maybe.
They found a fucking whole. They had video footage of this shit, and I'm just like,
dude,
yo,
A lot
I
of people
can't
believe
found
that
a
it's
whole
like old,
mountain
like
of
there's
gold.
pyramids on
I feel
the
like that's the
backside.
oldest thing you can believe. Like that's what the people.
Bro,
that's what the
Mountain of gold.
fucking
There
Indians
was
told fucking the
footage
Spanish
of this
people. They're
shit,
like
and
El
that's why I was
Dorado.
getting tight. Like there was footage, and it looked like the fucking moon landing. It looked
Oh,
like
yeah.
the same
But
shit.
I mean, how good is like computer technology to fake things these days? Like I can make you look like someone else. I can make you say a whole
It's really
sentence
good.
that you've never
It's
said
really good.
before. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
Computer technology is
because
really
I
good.
think we have a point, right? I think as we get older and more stuff gets declassified and we find out the government has lied and is lying to us, right? I think for good reason for some of it, right? Because I don't think necessarily we could handle all the information, right? Can you imagine if everybody on the earth knew that there was some hostile force that had been trying to fucking evaporate the earth for years, and we have some fucking peace treaty with something? Imagine just like the dynamic of like
Interdimensional space being.
interdimensional
that's
space wars.
why, hence the reason they're about to fucking storm Area 51, because they want to know
They
what the
wanna
fuck is
know.
going on. That's like the height of all conspiracy theories when it comes to
I just
cars
don't think.
and
I just don't
UFOs.
think. I just don't think it's there. It's not at
Yeah,
Area
exactly.
51.
That's what I would say.
Even if you have all those
I
sub
don't think it's there
levels,
either.
like
Yeah,
you might have
right.
some sub levels of secret technology that you don't want the public to know. But it's not this. The spaceships are gone. As soon as Bob Lazar snitched and
Yeah,
he
it
started
was
getting
over.
traction
It was
behind
over,
him,
yeah.
they took that
They
shit
took
and
it
they
and ran
left.
off, yeah.
They left, bro. And you
That's
know
what
where
I'm
that
saying,
shit
man.
is, bro. You
Exactly
know
what
what's
I
the
said.
scariest place to live in? Alaska. You know how the
Alaska and Antarctica.
There ain't nobody out there.
the amount of
Antarctica.
population that have claims to be abducted, like it's in a staggering amount.
Oh,
Like,
Deserts
really?
are big too.
yeah, deserts like
Like
near
Nevada,
deserts and stuff like
Arizona,
that.
Basically
places
places
like
where
that.
you're-
Yeah,
It's flat, where it's like there's a different like
It's flat.
magnetic direction
places
and
where
stuff
people
like
aren't gonna see you.
What he said.
Get taken.
It's flat. It's fucking flat, bro.
Bro, I just want it like when they start doing the space like tourism stuff and I get like a ton, like I have a ton of money, right? I can pay for your ticket. Would you go?
Of course, motherfucker. Yeah, show
Yeah.
me some shit. But for
What,
now, I
NASA?
don't believe in half of
You
that.
ain't
No,
gonna learn much at
like one
NASA.
of those billionaires doing the space tourism shit.
Yeah,
like,
Richard
Oh, like
Branson?
what?
Yeah,
Flying
Richard-
into the sky?
Yeah,
Richard
yeah, that's what I
Branson
want to.
type
I want to be like, I want to fly you and just get like a camera on you and just look out a window. These motherfuckers.
They lied. I'll believe you, bro.
You just
I'll
get
be
out there,
happy.
it's just flat
I'd
as
be
fuck.
happy to
Would you be happy or would you be
Yes.
tight that you watched all these
No.
YouTube videos?
No, I
like,
wouldn't
damn.
be
Because
tight, bro. I wouldn't be tight because
when
I
you
opened
come
my
back
mind up to
down to
believe in
the-
something, because it's not like I didn't. It's
But
not
when-
like it's
but-
not like I believe.
But
this
when
shit
you
off the rip.
when you land, we're fighting.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, no.
yeah.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
can
Yo,
shake-
when he
we can
lands,
shake out.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of him with hot sauce on my hand.
Nah, me and this nigga really fighting, bro.
Yo, my whole thing too
I'm gonna punch
about
this nigga in his face as soon as I
Twice,
found out.
because you already know. 'Cause you already
I'm snuffing everybody.
it
like,
was
fuck
fat,
that.
motherfucker.
I would hate to just somehow find out that the government lied and it's flat. I would never pick up.
But why
40's
would they
call.
lie about
I'd move
that?
out of state.
It's
That's
not
not
like
a
the
fucking
US
lie.
government
I've never heard about
was
the
like,
Earth being
oh,
flat
that's
until I
a
was in
dream
college.
line.
Never.
See,
never.
my whole thing
That's
was
a dream
that
for
is
you-
like
for you
people.
to find out. Not
thinks
anybody else,
about
but your
that
bitch
shit?
ass. You.
40. Why
Canaan and
do you
everybody.
think they're lying about the Earth being flat? Like, why would
What
they
reason?
lie and say
Because
it's
he
round?
believes the same person that fucking flew over the wall that was in Antarctica, Richard E. Byrd.
You see this dumb motherfucker
Bro,
right here? He keep talking
bro,
about one motherfucking.
That's who
Richard
you
E.
reference
Byrd.
me to. That's who
I
you got your
reference you-
whole shit from.
I
And then you
re-
said, what was
Shut
the fist
the
bone?
fuck up because I
Let him
referenced
answer the
you-
question.
All right, all right.
Because
all
I
right.
fucking
Okay.
referenced you to him for the fucking hollow earth, you dumb motherfucker.
And
If
he
I
did
reference you
nothing.
to
He
anybody
did nothing
for
but
the
fly
fucking flat-
over Alaska. That's all he did.
He flew to the fucking. He flew. You said over
that's
Alaska. This
good.
dumb
I mean,
motherfucker.
Antarctica.
This dumb motherfucker.
Antarctica.
Wouldn't it be the
Antarctica.
North Pole?
This
Antarctica.
motherfucker's a real. Come on, bro. He's a real. Fucking
Where is
expert general.
where's the
He's
South
a real
Pole?
general, bro.
Where's the
Don't
South
try
Pole?
to put. Don't try to put that man's name
Where's the
down.
South Pole?
He was out here discovering shit.
I mean, I think it's interesting because people that discover shit because it's like they're the first ones there, so that no one can really dispute them until they go there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe he did see what he saw, and I'm sure back then when you were going
And then
out,
after that, they made sanctions.
I mean,
They do. They move boats and there's a lot of boat traffic that goes over the North Pole.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think.
saying.
I don't think there's a hole there.
they're
moving weight over there.
He
Antarctica
thinks
might
it's
be
a fucking hollow Earth.
Antarctica might be some. There might be
You-
something, right? Because
That
it's
is the
like
most
it's been
stupid-
frozen for so long, right?
But
like
you gotta.
old.
But this
That's
is
the most dumbest shit
you
I've
dumb
ever heard.
motherfucker. You-
Out of
you-
all your theories, bro, I'm not even gonna lie.
Bro,
That's the
shut
most
the fuck up
stupidest
because
shit
you-
I've ever heard
you
in
need to
my
shut the
life.
fuck up because you have never studied the hollow earth with your
He
dumb
studied.
ass. You have never
Coming
heard
from a
about
nigga that's only
Shambhala,
on YouTube, he's
Shangri-La.
never read a book.
Has he heard of this
He's
shit?
never read a book.
Shangri-La, Shambhala, has he heard of this shit? This shit is in the fucking history books. This shit is in ancient history. Shambhala and all that shit, bro. They was talking about some shit. Bro, it gets too deep. I'm not even about to get into.
But the hollow
details,
Earth,
bro.
the
But
hollow
if-
Earth
just
theory
like-
was debunked in
Look.
with Irvin and
Have you
what's to
heard
do
of the fucking flood?
One at a time.
One at a time. You be quiet. Have you heard of the flood?
The Great Flood.
The Great Flood,
Of
right?
course.
There are many stories about the flood
YouTube
in
it.
history over all of the fucking people.
right.
And the same shit with the fucking hollow earth. Shambhala and Shangri-La, whatever the fuck
mean,
you call
hey.
the center of that shit. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You
Middle
can't
Earth.
just fucking. You gotta question this shit. You gotta listen. You gotta get into detail, bro. Like, come on, bro. Don't sit here and talk about Richard E. Byrd if you ain't go all the way back into ancient history.
Something
I mean,
like
bro.
that. Maybe we just can't see it because the way our minds perceive the world.
I think it's in the more of like, so it's like you have these people discovering it back in the past and giving their accounts, right? Ancient history is very confusing to us because we don't have all of history, right? We can't speak these ancient
Right.
languages. We
Right.
have to
Burn down the library.
yeah,
bro.
there's room for interpretation on a lot of this stuff, right?
But th-
so
Go ahead,
so
go
you
ahead.
have these things like you said, you have a lot of a lot of accounts of the Great Flood, right? A lot of people said it was bullshit, but then you see the ancient Sumer culture write about the flood. You see the
Every
Christians write
ancient-
about the
every ancient culture.
There's a lot of them that
Yeah.
have mentioned the flood, and now we can prove with science that around that time there was a major climate shift that had caused a flood in a big way and changed the face of the earth in some sort of way. So we can prove that, right? I think it's the other stuff that where there's room for interpretation. Like there's a lot of ancient Indian cultures that have the spacemen, the Bigfoot, right? You know what I mean? These creatures
Yo,
that have been.
I'm gonna
posted
just
in
say
the
those
cave.
motherfuckers. The
Bigfoot's
Indian
been-
people, those dudes.
Yeah,
Some of the
because
shit
they're
they
ancient
believe in and some of the
Africans.
shit that's happened out
They're
there.
ancient Africans.
The Indians, bro, the Hopis,
Way
all these
too
motherfuckers,
much.
bro, they got some shit.
Oh, I'm
bro.
not talking. I'm talking about people in India. Some of the shit that goes on
India,
out there.
Exactly, bro. That shit is a
Fuck.
holy land, bro. That shit is out of pocket over there. I ain't fucking with that.
That shit is out of the fucking world. Yeah.
People with 8 arms and shit, and it's like, where'd you see
There's
this?
some fucking
Where?
spiritual
There's
shit
some
going.
shit, bro.
There's some dark energy
Underground,
over there, bro.
motherfucker.
You
There's
think so?
some very dark energy.
Yo, it's
Absolutely.
real, bro. It's
If you look
fucking
at like
real.
some of
If
the
you go to certain
ancient
places on Earth, bro,
civilizations of that place, man, they were some fucked up motherfuckers.
You
They
have
were-
to think about
It's almost
this
like
shit.
the Aztecs, just sacrificing people in the most brutal ways,
Exactly.
burial grounds like
You
a
gotta fucking
motherfucker,
think about this
just
shit.
doing crazy shit that you would never even
all of these
understand.
stones and
All
statues,
for some higher
and
being.
drawings and shit, bro.
I don't
where
know
the fuck
what,
did
I don't
they
know
get this
who.
shit from? You think these motherfuckers just just seeing. They had to see this shit, bro.
Aliens.
Bro, your imagination comes from shit that you've count or witnessed in your life, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or it's not what you understand, because it's like, think of like what the Greek mythology was, like why it rained, why there was thunder, you know, why there was lightning, there was Zeus, there was Thor.
Each civilization had their own goddamn beliefs.
You know what I mean?
That fucking simple.
No, there's that, but there are things that correlate through religions, right? Like the spacemen, the men with helmets.
So you believe the fucking Earth has a damn hole on the top of it? Going all the way to the center, and there's layers of civilizations and aliens and fucking the hell gates.
This is the thing that this is
like
the,
all of that shit.
This
is what he's telling me.
This is the thing that people
only got 8 miles down.
This is the thing that all people want.
This is where Eminem came up.
Wait, this is the thing that people like this nigga. People like this nigga get me aggravated because he'll talk about like, oh,
this
you
nigga's
believe
never read
that it's a
one
hole in
book.
the earth, like, and now when I tell him, yo, think about the ancient civilizations that all believed in this shit. He thinks that they're fucking cavemen, that they were fucking stupid. There's technology that happened from the past that we still can't fucking.
When did I say?
Oh,
when did I say that?
Some of the shit they were doing is beyond us.
When
what are you talking about? You're making it seem like.
When did I say that?
Because when I'm telling you about ancient civilizations, or ancient past, bro, you talking. Oh, it's not true. Or you making it seem like these motherfuckers was talking about shit for nothing, bro.
30, 35.
Oh, we still good.
Cutting them all off.
Yeah, word.
I was just saying, just have an open mind, Steven.
I do want to say though, I want to get back to
Steven don't got no type of open
why
mind.
do you think they would
This nigga's just dumb.
fake that the
How do you
that
even
the Earth
believe
is
in that
round
logic? How is that
instead of
logic
flat?
possible?
Okay, why would I believe in the Earth is flat instead of
No. Why would like the government, everything for hundreds of years? Why would they be faking that it was round when it was flat the whole time?
Now, because this is in all my opinion. All right, I'm not about to get into the fat. This is my opinion, right? Because when I go into the flat Earth shit, if the Earth is flat, right, that means we are the fucking center of this whole shit, which I believe that we are the fucking center, right?
To me, that would just mean it's all just.
Now, what have we been taught? We've been taught that we're a fucking tiny little ball floating. We're a piece of dust floating through fucking infinite space.
We're like an atom. You know what I mean?
An atom compared to space.
In the universe.
In the universe, right? When you really dig down into the psyche, it's if you really truly believe in that shit, like, yo, I'm not nobody. I'm not really nothing. This shit is all random, right? It's all random. But if you knew that you were the center of fucking everything and everything revolves around you, you would know something is different. This shit was created. This shit is, what the fuck am I for real? I gotta be some type of special being if the whole shit is wrong. If I'm in the center of this whole shit, who am I? What really am I?
This
but if you fucking thought to
narcotics.
yourself, I'm just a little atom hurling through space. And there's a bunch of other life forms. You would think,
Fuck, I'm watching the YouTube
I'm not nothing.
documentary right
My
now.
life form is the lowest thing ever. There's a bunch of aliens that have a bunch of higher life forms, and fucking Ben 10 with a bunch of, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that.
I see where you're coming from.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you lost me at the Ben 10 reference.
I would say,
I was just like, all right,
I would
bro.
say with what you're talking about, it's more of.
He don't know
So
what the
many
fuck he's
aliens
talking about.
We live
This
in a
nigga went
physical
at, like,
dimension. There's definitely more dimensions than what we understand. I mean, there's laws of this universe that
So
we
you
can't
agree-
even
so Connor-
comprehend with what our science tells us. I mean, look at a black hole that literally breaks every law of natural science that we
So
know.
Connor, would you agree, and it's safe to say that you agree that there's other human life forms out there?
Oh, absolutely.
More advanced than
You
us.
think if people
way more advanced
Absolutely.
than us, right? Okay.
I mean, to me, I believe in dimensional planes somewhat. So I would think the highest ascension as a life form would be a higher dimensional plane. So that'd be like almost like an energy in space. That's beyond what we are. We are a physical dimension. Everything about us is physical. Everything about people is physical. What we like is physical.
Material.
And that's it. Breaking through to that next dimension. That's where I would say flat Earth. That's the only hold I would think if you try to go with that thing. In our dimension, it's not flat, but in a higher dimension, to the grand scheme of things, we are flat. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you lost me once you said
When
it
you
was
look
flat.
at the universe in a grand aspect,
I was with
it's
you
just
until you
one
said, okay,
flat
it's flat.
plane. You know what I mean? But when it's almost like, think of like an atom. You can't see it. Atoms are nothing. But when you get in on it, It has substance. It's round. It's a thing.
What I will say in terms of what you're speaking about,
it's all perception.
Exactly, and I've seen some shit that was talking about like if God. They was talking about like God, right? Mm-hmm. They said that this is why God can see the future. He's omnipotent. He can see everything. If it was all on a flat plane, right? You ever seen a parade, right?
Of course.
You see a parade going through one block. Now, if you were standing above the whole shit and you see the parade, which is time, you'll know where time is going. You can see everything happening. You understand what I'm saying?
So here's the thing. It's like when Connor says dimensions, right? Because we've proven in science that there are dimensions. We're dimensional beings. Mm-hmm. I think like when you look at religion, right, and you look at energies, and you hear about what the ancients talked about with like good and evil, right? Mm-hmm. There's constantly the battle between good and evil, yin and yang, right? Mm-hmm. There's a good and there's an evil, and they flow together. It's like I think that's on a dimension. It's a dimensional thing. Mm-hmm. It's like so when you have something on a higher plane at a higher frequency that's not physical, right? It's proven that we are the most inefficient species, right? Mm-hmm. Or not inefficient species, but like this is not an efficient form. What would be efficient is some AI where we're robots and we can replace ourselves and upload our psyche. But what's even higher than that is being at an energy level where you can float around as like a ball, right? So just imagine that as like, because like look at the church, like for like the Christian church or the Catholic church, like they have exorcists, right? Like to banish bad spirits from your body. Like we don't really even understand what that is. Is that a dimensional spirit that's so poisonous that just takes over your body and was able to come through because there was a shift in the astrological things? Like these are things that are over my head, but I do believe because we're so physical, right? So we have to name it. We have to say it's God. Yeah. It's Allah.
You just have to understand
this. If you looked into antimatter, they said that antimatter comes from a different dimension. They said that antimatter because
they say antimatter or dark matter is like 90% of space.
Everything is something energy. Crazy. You know what I mean? That's what it really is.
I didn't get too heavy into dark matter, but I seen some shit on antimatter that the scientist was talking about because they were like trying to collect it, and they said they can only collect like a very
small amount, and if it touches anything that's matter, it evaporates like 10 times the strength of a nuclear bomb, which is one of the reasons we don't really have it, or we have it, but we don't really make it, right? It's very hard to make it in the first place, but the reason we keep going, and it's like this is the inefficiency of the human race. Everything that we use as technology has at one time been a weapon. Right, so when we go further into technology to see if what we can sustain ourselves on, like the nuclear program that Einstein worked on, like that wasn't supposed to be a weapon. That was supposed to be renewable energy, right? This is supposed to solve.
Figured out that shit had a lot of power.
If you don't control it and you put it,
that he had lined up.
Yeah, I mean, but if you put that in a fucking shell and then drop that off a fucking B-52 bomber in 1943, you know, to end fucking World War II over Japan, right? It's like, oh, it brought world peace, but what could that have really done? Right, we're in humans. We always want the bigger stick, right? We always want to say like, "Oh, Steven has a Glock, I have a nuke." Right? There's no way he could ever threaten me to do anything with that, right?
No, that's been America.
But no. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying in general, the humans do that. It's America does that, but other countries do that.
Give the country credit when it's due. It's not every country doing that.
It's a lot of them. If you give
them
who's the main one doing it?
We are, but I'm not saying that, but I'm saying
what
human.
I'll say to his point is, have you ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
By Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick. Mm-hmm. So his whole thing in that is like talking about how we are just beings in a physical dimension trying to ascend to a higher plane. And in the beginning of the movie, it's apes. And it's talking about how higher being came down and gave apes intelligence, and the first thing they do is they're stronger apes taking over these other apes for a water hole so they can keep living, and they run the water hole. And when they first give the apes intelligence, the first thing that one ape does is he throws a bone in the air, and when it hits the ground he realizes that this has a force to it. So what do? Those apes go, they take these bones and they beat the shit out of the other apes. Now they run the water hole. So something like that, every time we take a step in advancing ourselves, we do turn it towards weapons, I think.
We're just naturally violent, is what you're saying.
No, it's just survival. It's survival.
Exactly.
We're primates at the lowest level. We have canine teeth. We like meat. We're probably gonna Pause. we're programmed to try and have like a mate and reproduce. Like we're very basic. We're cerebral humans, right? You know what I mean? Just look at like how
very physical.
Bro, we look at a girl and be like, oh, I would fuck her.
Exactly.
Like, it's really
that. But if like another guy moves in on her, you get defensive, right? Someone insults your intelligence, or so you know we're primal creatures. So it's like when something comes along and it's like you could be the alpha, you could be top dog, no one can get you, right? But it's kind of funny because you look at what we're based on, and we're always hoping like when we pass from this life that we ascend to a higher plane. We hope we go to heaven, right? And when we always point to heaven, it's always up, right? We always hope we ascend to the higher being, that now we are this force that we can be used for good, right?
And I kind of disagree with that whole mindset. I feel like we should feel like we should have our heaven here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we should have that heaven here.
The saying heaven on earth, right?
Yeah. Heaven on earth.
Heaven on earth?
We should have that here.
Hey.
That shit ain't guaranteed. You know how mad of a motherfucker I would be? I would be Lucifer if I made it to heaven and then saw what it was. I'd be like, yo, fuck this book. Like, nah.
And there's such a limited understanding because, like, time is
Bro,
so
we're
soon.
humans. We don't understand nothing but what we've been taught. And then we give our own fucking opinions.
And that's kind
of it.
And
that's
going
it.
And kind of like
Nobody
circling
fucking knows.
Circling back
true.
to the Area
Nobody
51
knows.
shit, right?
Right.
This is where
All
it
we
comes
know
from.
is what we know.
It's like, but this is the thing. Circling back to the Area 51 shit, right?
Right.
What if they let us know? Like maybe the government doesn't have a ton of shit, but what if they were just like, this is what we know?
I mean, they
And it's like-
declassified a lot of shit though.
We found out
Since
who
then.
killed Tupac.
Who?
Orlando Brown.
Yo, Orlando Brown.
The Disney guy?
No, nigga.
Orlando, bro.
Wait, what's his name? Orlando Jordan?
No, it's Orlando Brown.
Okay, this
Orlando
nigga.
Brown,
This nigga.
the nigga that killed
Tupac's alive.
The nigga that
Wait,
killed.
so what's the nigga name from? That's
From
a
Disney
Raven.
shit?
Yeah,
Disney.
Orlando Bloom. That's what I was
yeah,
thinking.
That's
yeah.
not Orlando Bloom. Orlando Bloom is a white nigga.
What's
I
this
know.
No,
nigga's
that's
name? Orlando
Corbin
what?
Blue.
No, it's not Corbin Blue. That's
That's
nigga
Orlando
from High School Musical.
It's Orlando Brown, bro. His name is Orlando Brown too.
Oh, that's so Raven.
Yeah, that's a Raven. His name is Orlando
No,
Brown too.
dude, the dude with the curly hair from High School
Yeah,
Musical?
this nigga look
I
like
swear
me.
that dude's name was Corbin Blue.
That's Corbin Blue.
That's
Yeah.
Corbin.
Yeah.
That's Corbin Blue. Orlando Brown was from That's a Raven.
Well, no, it was Orlando Brown.
Yeah. That's Orlando.
Eddie Thomas was his character.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
that is
Orlando Brown. Yo, this guy
And
killed.
then it's another Orlando Brown that killed.
Well, he's
No,
on crack.
This guy killed Tupac.
No.
No.
That's another
This nigga
Orlando
killed
Brown.
Bro, there's 100 people with every
West
name
Side.
out there.
Yeah.
The West Side nigga from Orlando Brown. Actually, fucking DJ Vlad is interviewing the motherfucker's uncle that killed him. So
And he snitched on his
Wait,
Wait, so did Diddy order this hit like everyone was
Diddy
saying?
ain't do shit, but we don't know what's going on with Biggie.
Diddy
shit.
didn't order a hit.
You say Diddy or did
what
he?
Diddy, what
No,
Diddy
Diddy.
ordered?
Diddy.
Oh yeah.
Diddy said. Diddy told niggas, "I give you 10 racks if you snatch niggas death row chain off." That's what Diddy paid for. Niggas to snatch
The
death row
chain?
chains. Yeah.
Who
For
killed
10
Biggie?
racks. Who killed Biggie?
Was it Chug?
The dude that killed
who hired
Biggie,
him?
the dude that killed Biggie was
40
in a
must know since
magazine.
the earth is flat.
He was in a magazine. I forgot his name, but he was in a magazine.
But he got a lot of room for
It's
this.
not a lot.
everything.
It's not a lot of details. His shit was more of a hit.
This was in the up
Yeah.
snack.
His shit was
Oh,
more
yeah.
Of, his shit was more of a hit than anything. Pac's death was like a gang related death because
These are all the videos
The
that
dude
follow
that he
next
killed,
after
if you
next
think
in the
about it,
YouTube. It's like just loading next. Who killed Tupac? 40 falls asleep, wakes up. Who killed Biggie? 40's just like, damn, I know all this shit. I, know
will
Area
say,
51.
Those guys, people took that
was in
shit
that day.
serious back then, man. The rap game was real,
walked to the
you
bro.
look into this shit right now. Pac died over some terrible, stupid gang shit.
Oh yeah.
It was the dumbest gang shit in the world. Pac was in there with a bunch of blood niggas. Pac was with the blood niggas because Shook was blood. Shook was blood.
No, he wasn't.
He went. Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Shook was.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
This
Oh,
motherfucker.
he always got
is
to. He always got to dispute.
Fucking tight, bro. Shook was Pyru. Shut up.
I'm
bro.
mad this nigga watched
Shut
so
up,
many
bro.
YouTube videos. This nigga just
So
know
what-
what the fuck is
So
going
what
on.
was Shook then?
I'm not gonna say anything.
So what was
Continue.
Shook then?
Continue.
He wasn't blood.
I'm gonna let you hang yourself, sir.
Shook wasn't blood.
Talk.
Who was Shook running with? Who was Shook running with? Have you seen the Mob James? All right, whatever.
Who was Suge running with?
Shook was running with a bunch of blood niggas.
Okay.
A bunch of blood niggas.
It was Cali.
It was Cali. He was from Bompton. He was running with a bunch of blood niggas. Got Tupac out of jail. You know, he bailed him out. So Tupac was down, like, I'm riding with y'all niggas, whatever. They went to the fucking Mike Tyson fight. One of the blood niggas happened to see a Crip nigga that snatched his fucking chain because P. Diddy put the hit out for niggas to rob niggas' chains for 10 racks. So he happened to see the nigga that snatched his chain. There was 2 Crip niggas in there. They got it shaken. The one they beat up, I don't think it was the one that snatched his chain. That's the one, Orlando Brown, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
Whatever. They ran down on him. They whooped his ass. Tupac was stomping him out, whatever. They said, Mob James said this. Now, Mob James said, yo, if Tupac didn't probably stomp the nigga out, he probably wouldn't even kill Tupac. Because this is real gang shit, real nigga shit, bro. If you in a real gang and you really out here putting in work, because that Orlando Brown dude, he was out here murdering niggas. His uncle, the dude, Keefy D, he was out here selling, he got up to like 5 kilos of coke out here from the Colombians. They was out here moving, killing niggas, left and right. So, you're a killer, right? And then you get fucking jumped and beat up by a soft ass nigga. I'm not saying that he's soft, but you get beat up by
You get beat up by Tupac.
You get beat up by Tupac, a fucking rapper, and you been out here killing niggas.
Let's not act like this nigga Tupac wasn't 40's height. First of all, this nigga Tupac,
he was?
Yes, that nigga
He was
Tupac
small.
Was not like no 6 foot.
Have
nigga,
you never
bro.
seen the movies?
Exactly.
This nigga
You
Tupac
ever
was
watch
a little
Juice?
nigga,
He
bro.
ain't big.
He was little. He was a little
Exactly.
nigga.
So you're
That's why he keeps the revolver on
You're
him.
gangsta ass. You kill niggas. You murder niggas out here. And you sell drugs. And Tupac beat you up. Nah, I gotta kill him. I gotta murder him.
No.
They rolled up on him and murdered him.
On a side note, if you go into,
You think it was staged?
No, what happened was they.
Damn.
If you listen to Mob James shit, them niggas already had beef prior to that. Tupac was
I just said it.
They already had beef prior to that.
They
so
did.
whether Tupac was in the car with Suge Knight or not that night,
He was dead?
Nah. Yes, because he was there.
How did
You
Suge?
think they had him marked?
Did Suge
You think
get
they had
shot?
him marked and then he was done
it
no
would have
matter
been
what?
over regardless.
No,
Rather,
no, no.
Tupac
No.
had through them 2 kicks that was on
It
the
all
camera.
did look a little staged. That's all I'm
Here's
gonna
the
say.
whole shit.
It all
This
looked
is
a
the-
little,
this is- it would've happened
little
regardless.
bullshit.
This is
Like
the thing.
a little fight breaks out, and then
This
all of
is
a
the
sudden
thing,
they're just like, "Yo, let's get out of here."
This is the thing that happened.
Did Suge
bro.
get shot too?
He got grazed.
Suge got
He
shot.
didn't
A lot
get
of people thought that
He got
Suge set that up.
grazed. He got
A lot of
grazed.
people thought that Suge set the.
Just a side note. If you type in Bompton, California, it takes you straight to Compton. Google was like, a lot of niggas type in Bompton. We need to.
Who didn't know that?
No, I'm just saying.
Just say, you know, it's Bompton,
Just like
for
you
real.
can't type in Compton if you're a blood. You have to type in Bompton.
Bompton.
So what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
Google is blood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I
Let's
mean,
talk about it.
Kendrick once said you either Crip or Pyru, bro.
And Pyrus and Crips all got along.
End of the song.
Yo,
Listen,
I
whole
can't
damn
believe
city
Google
joke,
Pyru.
bro.
Can't even believe that.
Listen, real
Shout out to
shit.
Kendrick.
Yo, real shit though. It was them Pyrus versus them Crips. Like I said, P Diddy was getting them death row chain snatched. One of the dudes that got his death row chain snatched seen one of the homies that snatched his chain. He was a Crip nigga. They was blood. Suge was riding around with bloods. Was he not riding around with bloods? You have the fucking something to contest to that, Steven.
Sir,
I love this transition.
no, because he's making a fool of himself. That's why I'm stepping away from the mic. If y'all haven't noticed, because he's saying a whole bunch of dumb shit and he doesn't understand what he's saying. He just said
I'm giving a lot of
Suge
details.
was blood. He just said he was. Now he's saying was Suge not just rolling around with him? But continue. Yeah, he was rolling around with him.
Can you tell me?
was rolling around
Can you tell me what Suge Pyru
No,
or not?
I don't want to talk, bro. Like,
Was
yo,
Suge Pyru
But he
or
was
not?
saying the other people who killed Tupac were Crips.
There was Crips. All I know was Crips.
Yes, but what, my argument was if Tupac, whether had
Tupac was not blood.
He wore a lot of blue bandanas.
Yes, he wore all of them. But at that time, Tupac was really on that shit because that nigga was hanging with Suge. So this nigga was in the hood in Compton and Southside, all of that shit. What my argument was, whether or not Tupac would have had through them couple kicks or not, the fact that he would have got shot
You think
anyway
he was
because
dead anyway?
Yeah,
he would have died anyway.
I think he
he
might
would
have
have died anyway.
I think
he
he
was
might
in the
have a
car with
point.
Suge.
I think you might have a point
That's
because
like
it's
if
like,
you would have did some shit and we would have met up. Them niggas saw us at the light. It would have been over anyway.
why wasn't the keys in the ignition?
But
Oh.
Wait,
But-
what?
But
The keys was not in the ignition.
But this
The
one
keys
thing,
weren't in the ignition.
But this one thing, you gotta also take into account that this shit all happened on camera, my nigga. You gotta take into account that a fucking
Whoa.
murderer got jumped on fucking camera.
But they don't
I
have the
to murder
killing
him.
on camera. That's what
Bro, you
that's
think-
what makes me
bro,
curious.
You sound dumb because all that shit happened that same night. That nigga Orlando, whatever the fuck his name is, did not know that shit was about to be fucking surfaced on YouTube in 2019.
What I'm saying,
that nigga wasn't worried about that. He was worried about,
that.
these niggas jump me. I'm about to run down on these niggas at the fucking light.
Fuck
Bro,
that.
that shit didn't happen that quick.
Back to what you were saying. You're
what
saying
are you talking about?
some dudes wanted to kill him already, and he was a marked man, no matter what.
Orlando?
No. Who were you saying?
No, I
Mob
said
what?
No.
Whatever
Mob
it was.
James.
Mob James.
No,
James was
not Mob James. I'm saying whether or not. Listen, what I'm saying is the people Tupac was around and the people he was trying to be down with.
No keys in the ignition.
That's fucking crazy.
See.
Hold up, listen
While
to
he
me.
was driving when they got shot
Listen
up?
to me. That's why I'm saying you sound fucking. Are you dumb? That's what I'm saying. Whether or not Tupac had thrown that kick when them blood niggas
He
jumped
was
him,
dead anyways.
he would have died anyway because he was in a car with Suge.
So that brings me
because
to the
that wasn't his
conspiracies.
beef. Connor,
Maybe he
Connor,
is
If you
alive.
had beef with some niggas in Cajos,
Or he was.
Connor, if you had beef with some niggas in Cajos,
Yeah.
we go to the corner store, we see them niggas.
We ride.
Of course.
Shit happens. I didn't do nothing, but I'm at the light when the car gets sprayed up.
Of course. But wouldn't something like that give more power to the fact of why they would fake his death? Because they knew he was going to die anyways because these dudes had marked him. He was a made man. He was
really
going to get
wasn't, though.
macked.
Who?
He
Tupac?
was,
The
though.
hood
You're
loved
saying,
Tupac.
Yeah, but you're
the
saying
hood loved Tupac.
this
The only
group,
people
if
conspiracy.
he jumped that dude or not, was going to kill him. So maybe that's why they faked his fucking death. Was because he didn't want to die.
If
and they
that
were
was
like,
the case,
But can someone walk away
Can I-
from fame so cleanly?
Can
Like
I
he was a rap.
that's it though.
he didn't walk away.
Someone like him, if
No,
he
but I'm
did
just saying-
get away, he would
I'm
have
saying
to
if he
flee
faked- if he
like
faked
the
his death.
conspiracy
You know what I
theorists
mean?
think he did.
What can you go
Because
from the number one selling artist,
You ain't gonna
like the
live
number
forever
one
if someone's
cultural
wanting to kill
influencer?
you.
You know what I mean? Back in the '90s, everyone saying your name. You know, you're ranked in
Bro,
like.
for one,
Exactly.
Tupac sold more after he died. First one.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
for
not
sure.
saying.
He sold way
Hey,
more after
so
he
did
Okay, but
died.
Michael.
I'm just
Michael
saying
Jackson
number-
killed it once he was
Everybody's-
dead.
No,
Everybody
Michael
does.
killed it when he was alive too.
Well, yeah,
Let's
but
not
once he
go there.
died-
His concerts.
You worth more than you.
Can I come down there?
You worth more dead than alive.
It's all right if I
Biggie
come
said
down
it
there,
best, Nobody
please.
loved you until you die. Listen,
Come on,
though.
little
True.
children.
Listen, though.
I do think he was a
okay.
better actor than a rapper, but that's just here or there.
Tupac lyrics ain't really hit that. I'm not gonna lie. We're not gonna sit here and
Never
say
been a
like
big
Tupac
fan.
is the greatest rapper of all
Maybe
time.
it's because we're all
We're
East
not gonna
Coast.
lie.
Ain't no
I
Biggie.
love
We're
Biggie.
not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna say he was bad, but I just
Who was
I don't
better?
vibe with
Who was better?
Biggie. Come on. I'll say for a fact, shit.
What if they
My
the boss?
dad doesn't even listen to rap music, and he once said to me, he's like, I've never heard a rap artist with better timing on a beat. Like the way he put his words
Bro.
and his flow together,
Freestyle-
it
that's
banged
when
on every
bars
beat
really
with the beat.
mattered.
He never missed a flow, never missed a timing, and his shit always just timed. It was just perfect.
Nah, Biggie was
He
that
had
guy.
the flow of all flows.
Biggie
He
was
got
that guy.
it. He got it, man.
So basically, what the argument is, you saying that Tupac would have died either way. You think
Yes.
that you saying that he'd die either way?
Yeah,
I think
I
that
think-
just gives a push towards the
And I
conspiracies
think if
of that he
and
faked
if
his
Biggie
own death.
died, and if sorry, Tupac died either way,
I wanna
think
make this a
Biggie would have died
conspiracy
either way.
podcast.
I think if you watch
Come
that,
on now. Come on.
I think if you
It
watch
was
that,
already so much turbulence
so-
against
and-
both
and
of
it was
them.
so much-
It
and it was
made
so-
sense.
and it was such a violent
It would have
time.
happened regardless.
It was such a
gotta-
violent time too. You got to
Right.
think about that in the streets. Like
Right.
you could
Very.
really get shot
The
in the
90s
streets.
Bro,
were.
right,
And
right,
on
other
top of
shit.
that, they was on the in LA type time,
right,
bro.
right,
Like
right.
the
There's
niggas on the
LA,
West Coast was
but
different
This is my thing,
with
though.
that gang shit.
That's when
You
crack
gotta
was
listen to
blowing
the-
up. There
you
was
gotta-
money. There
Not
was
even.
killers.
It was just like, yo.
You gotta listen to the
It was
Mob
just
James
different.
interview. You have to listen to the Mob James interview.
Why don't you plug him one more time for us?
Yeah,
Mob
word.
James, the big
Mob
word.
James at mobjames@.com.
At
Check his
mobjames.com.
Twitter.
This is why.
Mobby J.
Mobby J.
I will never
Mobby
listen
J.
to a nigga with one,
Instagram, Mobby with the
one
slobby.
source of information.
But
Mobba Lakum.
I think what if you listen to the nigga, this nigga's a real gangster. This is the thing that I don't like about certain people. Certain people that never lived in the streets will not hear what a nigga got to say from the streets, and that's what I don't like, bro. This nigga been in the streets his whole fucking life. Real gang nigga shit, bro. Real gang nigga shit. And when certain gang niggas say something, bro, y'all niggas just certain people. I don't want to say y'all. Certain people just
No, he's
don't
talking
wanna
about
hear it.
me. Put it out there. Let's go.
I'm talking about you. You don't want to hear it.
No,
You
no,
don't
no,
wanna fucking
no.
hear it
Because I
you
don't know
never
why this
fucking
nigga's
lived in
speaking
that
around the
gang life,
bush.
bro. You didn't live that shit. So
And he did, apparently.
Yeah, I did. I fucking did, bro. Like, don't do that to me. So at the end of the day,
I will, because I don't know what the fuck you did either.
bro. Real shit. I lived in that shit. I lived in the gang era when when gangs was popping.
Even if he wasn't in it,
camaraderie
you
was
were
that
there.
shit, bro.
Okay.
You didn't live in that shit, so we and I are gonna take it there.
Okay, listen.
So-
This is how it goes bad every time. So
Exactly.
All
All right. So
I'm not getting.
I know.
So-
40 on his hype train right now.
exactly, I'm on a hype train, bro. He trying to take it there, bro. So when the niggas,
I just have a couple questions.
when the niggas
Next
said-
stop.
when the
Next
niggas
stop.
said- when the
There.
niggas said that this, when the niggas said that this though, when the niggas said, yo, we had beef already. We already had beef. Like he said, Steven was right. We already had beef behind the shit with Tupac. He said if the nigga would have took his ass, he said if we whipped his ass, he'd have took it like a real gangster. I'm gonna catch them niggas on a flop. I'm gonna get them niggas. I lost to the niggas that I'm truly out here beefing with. You know what I'm saying? On some gang shit.
I'll agree.
Exactly.
It's
Now-
like any gang,
Exactly.
mafia,
But
anything. If you get
beat up-
disrespected,
Exactly.
you gotta
But you
take
gotta-
it to the next level. If someone beats you
Exactly.
up, you're not gonna beat him up. You're gonna kill him.
Exactly, but you got to think about it like this. This was not the social media age.
No,
This wasn't the social media. This was gang
you could
shit
get
age.
away with shit back
Exactly.
then.
So
No
if
cell
them niggas-
phones,
so it's,
no cameras,
So look.
nothing.
Exactly. So them niggas jumped me, right? They fucked me up. It only got popular because Pac was in the situation. So now niggas is like, oh, they jumped Orlando, they fucked that nigga up. Pac was kicking this nigga in the head. Mob James said it. The only reason he came back, he said if Suge would have took Pac to the back and just kept him out of the whole shit, it wouldn't have
Would've
went
been
that
fine.
far.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have went that far. Yeah, it would have been beef between. It's always beef between Bloods and Crips.
But you don't think it would have
So
been? It would
why
have been.
didn't they?
Wait,
What
but don't
mean?
you?
Why didn't they what? Why didn't they keep him away from the
Because they
shit?
faked his death.
But don't you think? Don't you think it would have escalated because at that time
But you gotta understand, Pac was a different type of nigga too. You gotta listen to people that talked about Pac too. Pac was a very camaraderie type of person.
I
Like,
think too, Pac changed a lot
Yo,
in those
listen-
times.
listen
Like he
to-
went from that
Yo,
street
listen
life
to-
where he was like, he made a realization.
but
He's
you
like,
gotta listen
we're
to
better
also-
than this.
But he was also he was not in the gang. But he was moving like
was
a gang
around
member.
it.
He was
Exactly.
moving like a gang member.
Yo.
Like, I'll die for y'all niggas. Like, you gotta listen to all the interviews because Pac was on some like, yo, I'm not blood. I'm not completely Paru, but I'm out here. Yo, y'all riding for me, I'm riding for y'all. Da da da. He making
Exactly.
statements and doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we down to ride, we down to do something and the other.
You still
Pac
got
was down
people.
to ride. So you know what I'm saying?
But don't
So-
you think he would have died anyway? And the fact that Biggie and Tupac beef between East and West Coast was heating up even more when that
the
shit was
whole
in?
shit that gets me tight about the whole shit was that Pac didn't die because of no East Coast. He died.
No, but
he
no,
got
no.
killed by West Coast niggas.
No, but what I'm saying is,
What?
don't you think it would have
He still
escalated
died?
there because of all the shit at the Biggie concerts, at the Tupac concerts, when they seen each other in person?
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of animosity. Why was there animosity? Because one, Tupac knew that moved units. I think Biggie did, or Diddy did in a sense, and he kind of poked Biggie. He poked the bear in that direction. You know what I
But
mean?
you gotta also understand if you.
But don't you think that would have came in the eventuality of it?
It was all about how everybody was moving. This is the thing about the whole East Coast West Coast beef. East Coast West Coast beef was a planned civil war. Pac already had said it in an interview with Snoop Dogg. He was like saying, yo, they want us to start an East Coast West Coast beef. Da da da. It was before the East Coast West Coast beef actually started jumping.
I think the record labels wanted them to. 'Cause
They wanted to
it was
do
good
that.
for
It was the
sales,
record labels,
man.
right? It was the record labels. They wanted them to do it, and Pac was already putting it out there before it happened. Like, that's why everybody think that Illuminati or the higher ups killed Pac, but that's not what happened. Pac died of some gang shit, but Pac was putting it out there early. Yo, they want us to beef. If you look in they went on a red carpet and performed Gangsta Party. It was Snoop Dogg and Pac. They had the outfits on. Ain't nothing but you know that shit. They performed that shit and Pac was telling them like, yo, we they want us to perpetuate this beef, da da da. And Snoop Dogg got mighty quiet. You could see the fear and the shakiness in his eyes, like, yo, he's putting too much out there. You feel me? And that shit happened. The thing with Biggie was nowhere as close to smart as Pac was. Nowhere close.
No.
Nowhere close. He wasn't privy to all this shit. Me personally,
But Diddy was the one that was moving, that was making him even bigger.
exactly. Me personally, I don't think that I think Biggie's death was more of a conspiracy than anybody's else. You know what I'm saying? Because
Really?
he died in the West Side.
Bro, he was just a casualty of a fucking.
See, I think Biggie got killed
he died
because people were so mad about
died.
Tupac.
Yes,
Exactly.
Exactly.
really
Because the
fucking
problem
simple.
with rap back then was, even if it was like, you know what I mean? I feel like
He also made Who
Tupac
Shot Ya-
and Biggie
he
hyped
made
it
Who-
up for record sales and shit like that.
Exactly.
But the people listening, they took
They
that
felt
shit
some-
to heart.
They felt some type of way.
You know?
Biggie dropped Who Shot Ya after Pac got shot.
Exactly.
You feel me? Biggie made Nobody Loves You or some shit like that until you're really dead. after Pac got killed.
Who died first? Pac, right?
Pac died first.
Yeah.
What? You haven't? Anyways.
Fuck. I was gonna say something. Oh man.
Yeah, y'all do y'all.
I'm lost.
Y'all do y'all.
But Pac died, and I think Biggie's death is more conspiracies than Pac's. Like about like all the interviews and all the people that came out to talk about Pac's death, it's way too much evidence that Pac died over some gang shit. Biggie still. There's a couple of like there's one magazine that the dude that killed him said he came out. It's just still more of a conspiracy than Pac's death, like because nobody actually knows.
I really
Biggie got killed on the West Side.
I really just wish it was like Diddy's fault. Like I wish Diddy.
I think it was Diddy's fault. Like I was about to take it there. I think it was Diddy's fault more than anything. I think. Diddy
That Biggie got killed?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Diddy did.
I know. Well, that's the reason I'm saying this because
Diddy
I
did.
I don't
remember.
think he killed him, but I think it was his
You
fault.
remember back in the day, there was that
escalating
like
shit.
private investigator that was like pointing all the fingers towards Diddy and shit, and then like
I remember the interviews.
bro, them shits. I was like, ooh, they about to get Diddy.
Look at Diddy right now.
Cause
He's
Diddy,
living.
He came up off.
He's
of
doing
Biggie's
all
death.
right.
He came
Every
all the
time,
way up.
and every time
Oh
they
my
mention
god,
his
they
name, you
did
see.
that Every Step You Make remix. Oh god.
I wish I would have seen
That
the.
shit was a rush hour. He came up with that shit. That nigga Diddy was like, "Oh, look at Jackie Chan. I'm about to get 2 mil of this
I'm
shit."
about to get paid.
But what do you think about Hov becoming a billionaire?
I was gonna bring that shit up too. Honestly, Hov becoming a billionaire makes me hopeful because I'm a Sagittarius just like Hov, so that shit makes
Maybe
me
I'm
hopeful.
due.
Maybe I'm due.
That
Maybe I'm
makes
due.
no fucking sense.
That man's
Just because he's the same astrological sign, it gives you hope that he's a billionaire. Nigga, there's so many billionaires in the world.
Every astrological sign.
You know, someone was saying this to me the other day. They're like, even if you don't think Hov is the best rapper of all time, who did it better than him?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No one.
He was
took it.
so strategic in
The
the
only
way
person
that he
at-
pursued
Exactly.
rap. Is genius, and nobody realizes too. He started rapping when Biggie and Tupac were rapping. Like he's
Hov-
been around since
Hov
then.
became the guy when he turned like 26, 27. In
Yeah.
this day and age, you cannot do that.
Yeah,
You have to start off at 19.
And what was pretty and what was amazing is that he had the business sense to buy all his music rights back.
yeah.
When he got on, like he took his first deal and put it into his own music again. He bought all that shit back. You know what I mean? Like that shit was fucking astounding to me because it's like who thinks it's
Not
like
even
already-
that. He knew to start his own record label, to not let these people own him, but to own it with them. And then he went on. It's almost like,
I'm gonna say.
and then he passed that
I'ma
on
say-
to someone like Kanye.
I'm gonna say
Kanye
that.
did the same thing.
I'm gonna say that Hov's endeavors count because of who the people he was dealing with. He was dealing with Biggs. He was dealing with Dame. He was dealing with dickheads. I feel like that helped him grow
Yeah.
to the person that became because
I think he's just smarter than most.
He was smarter than most, and he was dealing with people that was fucking shit up because Dame. He was fucking shit up. He was a real dickhead in the office. So it was just like a lot of people
Yeah.
he was burning bridges. And I think that Jay seeing him burn bridges, like I'm gonna separate myself from him, create these bridges, make these own type of bridges, and create my own businesses to where people need to have. I think that Jay seen this. He seen Dame burning bridges with people that they needed to be with, and Jay said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna be the people that we need to be, like that people
Exactly.
need to have bridges with.
That's what I'm
that
saying.
People need me. Like I'm gonna be the person that people need to get in contact with. You know what I'm saying? Because
Not even that, they want to get in contact with, because
Exactly.
you know, like, look at like what he did for J. Cole. You know what I mean? He brought him in and he elevated him to that next level.
Definitely
He
did.
brought Kanye in. He elevated him to that next level.
Rihanna.
And what does it all do?
Freeway.
It brings money back to him.
Exactly.
You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
The more popular Kanye got, the more money it still brings him.
Before Jay-Z jumped in the rap game, he was planning on being a businessman. So
I think he's probably the smartest rapper out there.
I think he.
I mean, you ever look at him?
Not that I think. I feel like he's definitely.
it's him and like Swiss
Definitely.
Beats. Like Swiss is pretty fucking. Swiss is up there as far as intelligence. Like he has that
Swiss
thing.
Beats ain't worth a bill.
Not
He's
yet.
not.
Not yet, but he has all those deals with like he's like a partner in creative designs with McLaren. He has like he's a creative designer at a watch manufacturer.
We're not
like,
pocket watching. That's why.
What?
Yeah, that's what we're not doing.
But he's on that other. He's on a higher frequency. I feel like
that was
as
the
far
crazy thing about Jay-Z, like the shit that he does. Like, dude, when he was almost like he was basically the head of marketing for Budweiser for a while when they were trying to rebrand.
Seriously.
Yeah, you remember when they did that like Bud America shit where it always the commercials would be like a concert. Something like that, and everybody's got the Budweiser and shit. Jay-Z was the one ahead of that. Like he was the one who like helped them restructure their marketing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they could become more of like, you know, a beer for everybody than just like
A beer for white people.
a beer for people driving trucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a business.
I'm a business man.
I mean, I can't knock Hov. Hov did what he had to do, and I respect it more because he actually reached that goal without Beyonce. Like, they didn't mention Beyonce. I was thinking, Hov's only a billionaire because he's married to Beyonce.
No.
That motherfucker did it by himself. Oh, he's the guy.
Beyonce is only rich because Kanye put her in with Hov. That's what I think. He made, not that he made Beyonce, but he elevated her to that next level. Because she was big, but there's no way she would have been this big.
I think it made more sense because it was that down south girl getting with that East Coast dude. You know that relationship. all down south girls
Let
like
me
that East Coast
upgrade
talker.
you, let me upgrade.
Like, you know that little relationship. Like that's what everybody wants now. The down south with the East Coast relationship. Like even if it's vice versa. Like with the down south guy with the East Coast girl. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like I think that also helped it too. I think him getting with Beyonce, I think that was a plan in itself. Like, I'm gonna take over the game.
Oh, I think that was a plan.
I think that was a
because
big
back
plan.
then when it happened, like that was the power trio: Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Kanye. They were running that shit.
Running shit.
Basically, everybody who was rapping, R&B, making music, they were connected to one of them somehow.
Kanye should have stayed with Carrie. I think he should have stayed with Carrie.
Carrie Hilson?
Yeah, he'd have been that guy. Was he with Carrie Hilson?
Oh, you mean I don't know, Mariah? No.
No,
wasn't
not
with
Mariah
Hilson?
Carey.
What Carrie were you talking
Who's
about?
Carrie
I
Hilson?
thought he was with Carrie Hilson. Nah, sorry. Maybe I was talking about.
I think he did a song with her.
Maybe I was talking about he did do a song with Carrie Hilson.
Yeah.
That shit was lit too.
Yeah,
I forgot the name of this shit.
Yeah, it sounded. I was gonna say American Boy, but that was Estelle.
No, it was
Who's the girl who went into Zionism? Who was
Who?
huge?
Zionism?
Where he's like, I wish her heart was still in the Ryman.
Oh, I wish her heart still was in. Oh, I've heard him say.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Who was it?
Fuck.
Yeah, that's
This is gonna drive me crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna kill me.
Yeah, I got it.
That was on Heard Him Say, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was.
Nothing that.
I'm trying to think of it, right?
No, that's it. Heard Him Say. Don't play it though, because we'll get pulled.
No.
We don't need that.
Well.
Just look at the
Anyways,
lyrics.
what are we doing? We wrapping it up?
I guess we're gonna wrap it because Steven left. I don't know what he's doing.
No, it's Champion. Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
That's what I was thinking of.
She did go into Zionism because all she ever talked about was Zion.
That's why she stopped rapping.
Who the fuck
Or
is
well,
Zion?
doing whatever the fuck she was doing.
The hell-
Zionism is like that Jamaican religion. When Snoop Dogg became Snoop Lion, you know, they believe in Jah, all that shit. Marijuana rules. That's Zionism.
Jah!
Bob Marley. All them dudes. Jah.
Boy, worship him.
Yo, you think
Give your soul to Jah.
You think the government killed Bob Marley? More conspiracies.
I think we could pick that up on
Dude
the next
died
episode.
of toe
'cause
cancer.
I didn't get
Toe
into it.
cancer. Toe cancer. Nobody talks about it. That dude died of cancer in his fucking toe. Come on. You're on fire for a second, bro.
Cut the toe off.
Yeah, right?
You motherfuckers.
Well, he was probably smoking too much pot. He never went to a doctor and then spread everywhere
Shit was up
else.
to his ankle by the time. That shit was up to his thigh by the time he found out
They're
about that
like, yeah,
shit.
buddy,
They were
that's
like,
in your
yeah, we
left
could either
testicle
cut
now.
off your toe or we could just leave it. He was just like,
He's like,
Don't let him
we
fool
don't
you.
believe in that,
let
man.
him fool you. All right, we're out.